Garnt, Gigguk UK, better known as Grant. He just casually dropped yesterday at Anime Expo. He's making an anime, and it's releasing on YouTube for free. So I wanted to watch it. They made a whole Trash Taste episode about it. If you want to hear a lot more about this, Garnt basically talked for like 2 hours last episode. I wanted to look at this. Grant the Crust Hater, something like that. Let's watch this. He is about to bring out the ukulele. This is an apology video, if anyone's wondering. It's over for Garnt.
Has there ever been a line you wrote in one of your videos that ended up really sticking with you?
I mean, that is a tough question. I don't even know where to begin with that. I've written so many lines about so many different shows, so many different anime that
Garnted to fail.
Every opinion that I've had. But if I had to pick one, there is one that still stands out to me. And it was a line I wrote when I was talking about Porter Robinson's Shelter. And I remember this line vividly because it was at a time when I had just quit my job to pursue this YouTube thing full time.
The job was at the BBC, by the way, if anyone's wondering. He worked at the BBC. If anyone's wondering.
Writing about anime, and I was nervous as hell. So I was
just in case
bedroom,
anyone was wondering,
which at the time happened to also be my office, writing about this one guy who had gone out to Japan and collabed with this Japanese animation studio to make an anime music video. And I thought that was cool as hell. And I remember writing this line. It went at something along the lines of, this man has shown that you can live the weeb dream. You can go out and make your own anime. All you need is fame, a shit ton of cash, an international music producer, backing from some anime studios and companies, and a great vision with a burning passion.
Most of all, you just need a lot of money. That's pretty much where it starts and ends.
Easy.
That's the prerequisite here.
Right.
Original work.
I hear the whisper, I hear the song, guiding my way as I wander. Voice on the wind, echoes and sings, calling me forward where I belong.
行ってきます。
お願いします。
Cinema. It's called Midas, the director, by the way. Kevin! Kevin! The GOAT! Bro, Kevin's music is insane. Bon. So, this series, it's an isekai, but it's not a... It's going to be, I think he said, like a 20-minute short film. And he's going to be very heavy on vibes. I listened to the Trash Taste episode, so I know a bunch more about this than is in the trailer or what he has said in, like, these things, right? So this is an isekai, but Bon basically means home, right? I think it's Thai for just, like, straight home. So this is an isekai, but instead of just, like, thinking about the other world, it's more so about what happens when you come home from a journey, right? And it's about that vibe, about returning home, about returning from this grand thing. And really what happens there. And because it's a 20-minute short film, if you just look at like there's going to be a ton of subtle world building. Because you have this whole city thing where they're like, this is obviously like the fantasy thing, right? And then you go back and there's like the big fantasy serpent dragon thing. It's not supposed to be evil. It's supposed to be like a spirit that they actually coexist with. there's gonna be vibes in this, and I am so looking forward to this. The fact that he has pulled together all of these people, like Kevin's music, even if, and I think Garden has written up something good. Like the way he writes his videos, the way he can weave narratives around the anime series he talks about, I think is gonna be good. And I will talk about it. Like, I almost certainly am going to make a main channel video about this, because I think it's gonna be a while until some other YouTuber makes an anime series, right? But even if all of this falls through, we're gonna have Kevin's music. Kevin's freaking music, what's it called? I'll just do main abyss. This song right here. This thing is one of my favorite things that has ever been created ever, period. Love this song. So I can't wait to see what he cooks up. But my only fear about this is that it's only 20 minutes. Garnt is self-funding most of this, by the way. So, there was an uptick in sponsorships on his channel. That's why. He is basically self-funding this entire project. So this is like a labor of love that, like, he's just gonna work on, they're gonna put out there, and that's it. But this is a full-blown anime production, going through the whole rigmarole. The entire thing is being done as if it were a completely normal series. The only thing that sets it apart is the fact that he is self-funding it, basically. I really, really, really hope this succeeds. I mean, to be fair, like, with this, it's going to be such a weird thing to, like, what is the benchmark for it succeeding? Because my immediate knee-jerk reaction is that I hope he makes more stuff before I've even seen this. But I don't even know what the benchmark for this is. It's going to be a one-shot situation. The goal right now is that this is just going to be like a 20-something minute short film, and that's it. So it needs to tell two narratives around this girl and around this dude, as well as do all the world building in 20 minutes. Which is gonna be crazy. So there's gonna be a lot of very, very subtle world building, and sort of the way he phrased it in the Trash Taste episode is just the fact that he has faith in his audience, and that, like, we don't need to be spoon-fed everything. So it's just gonna be like, we're gonna watch and we'll pick up details along the way. So this giant serpent thing, there's not gonna be like a whole war sequence, right? This is a thing they coexist with, and it's just about the vibes. I'm glad it's short. I'm confident he'll write a 20-minute story better than a full-blown series, considering what he's been writing all this time. The idea was originally that it's going to be way bigger, but, like, I think just the resource constraints with this kind of hit him in the face a little bit. This is absurdly expensive. Again, this is not like a little fan production. This is a full-blown studio with actual hired voice actors. They went through the whole casting process and everything. I'm not sold from the trailer. I mean, I don't know if this was made by someone else, if I would be, like, completely locked in. But just the fact that this is Garnt, and I just want to see, like, what someone from the YouTube ecosystem breaking into the industry can just cook up like this. If there was no trailer, if they just posted this right here, I'd be like, I'll watch this. Of course I will. I have nothing to be sold on, personally. I would watch this either way. And it's gonna come out free on YouTube. Apparently they rushed the trailer out for Anime Expo. Yeah, they were working on, like, ludicrous timescales. Kevin is enough for me to watch it. Kevin's music, the animation quality, like, it looks really good. Like, it really, really looks good by modern standards, you know? Like, everything from the character designs to everything, this is a like a legit thing. Koroto directed anime when? I don't think that's ever happening. I have like a 1,000 page long thing. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not. That is like a book of sorts. And that's like one arc, right? I don't think I'm ever gonna do anything with it, like, realistically. Cause like if I had infinite time, infinite resources, infinite everything, I would want to make a full production. Like, do the whole thing and just see what happens. I realistically don't think that's gonna happen. Cause the weird the weird ramblings of a madman that I have come up with right now. Let's not even think about that. Let's be excited for Garnt right now, or Grant, or Gigguk, or Gig UK, or Crust Hate, or everything. But we'll see. This is coming out in September, I believe, right? I think he said September. Pretty sure it was September. This says fall, but I think on the Trash Taste episode he said September. So, regardless, I'll be watching it, and then we'll talk about it. A web novel is where most isekai started? How would you even do that? How would you even do that? Just like start posting chapters? But that I wouldn't want to do that. Because like I think one of the assumptions, I don't want to go on a whole tangent. Because like I wouldn't really want to put out like chapter 1, 2, 3 because they're all going to be slow burns. What I have now, I call it a first arc for a reason because most of it is just like building towards something. And then when that something hits, that's when things get real bad. I've never written anything, so like, I mean, who knows? I have a vague idea for a story myself for over a decade. I think everyone does. I think like coming up with stories, I think it's just a natural part of the human condition. I do. I think like literally everyone has stories to tell. It's just that most people never have the time and never really have the means of telling them.